Hey, air signs. Gemini Libra Aquarius. It's October 12th. Well, maybe it's not October 12th I'm doing this, but these are the messages coming through for you guys. Gemini Libra Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I want to come through on October 12th, so hopefully there's a storyline in here for you. It's not going to resonate with you every single day, so don't try to shoehorn yourself into readings. The coolest thing I have been seeing is that sometimes the day's readings intersect with the other signs that I do. I do the fire, earth, and water. If you haven't seen them, they're also there. And if you have a moon in your in an earth sign or something like that. So if this reading doesn't resonate for you, check out your other signs just to see. But sometimes they intersect, which is what I was just saying. That sometimes the air sign reading intersects with the fire sign or the earth sign. It's very, very cool. And it's like, wow. It's not just the same cards show up. It's the storylines that show up. And that makes sense, doesn't it? Because it's like the other side or your moon or something like that. Because my intention here on this channel, every time I do a reading, is what messages need to be said. Now, I can say them, doesn't mean you hear them, right? Especially when we get to the place of like, something's going to happen here that, requires some attention or might feel uncomfortable or something like that. Those are the ones that actually most need to be heard. And sometimes people are like, I don't want to know. I just want to know something good. And it's all in how you're labeling it. Because, an awakening to somebody being sneaky or something like that is kind of a good thing. There goes Ellie running. Is kind of a good, in my view, is kind of a good thing. It gives you power. Gives you power to do something. Whenever someone is asking me about what I do and I talk about tarot and they're like, oh, I don't want to know, or I just want to, I don't want to know if anything bad's going to happen. Again, they're labeling it bad. And also, my goal is to help empower people so they can transform their lives and go in the direction of their dreams. Sometimes people hold on to bad stuff. They don't even know it's bad. It's just comfortable. It's just comfortable. It's something that they know. And they're like, oh, what if I go down that road and it's even worse or something like that? You have all of this in your own power, my darlings. All of this. You guys, air signs get it. I know air signs get it. So let's see here what we got for you. Oh, dear. This is owls. This is about a couple. This is about coupling. Interesting. The sun. Woo! All right. Boy, that's some nice energy. This is about bridges, about, sometimes I see it as like you guys are on a different path. Now you're coming together in the same path because this is like the owls. See, one is flying and one is staying still, right? You guys have had different paths or you have been, sort of sort of going along the same path, but like parallel to each other, right? So now the sun here is about intersecting, about bringing those paths together. It is interesting when, whenever I come across a soulmate, and I know they're a soulmate, I know that there's a strong heart connection, I know that there's something, and that can be friends, it can be coworkers, right? You just meet people and you're like, yeah, that person's in my tribe, right? This is about a couple. This is about you two, lovers, or this is about a love relationship. That's my intention too, to talk about love relationships. But it is about coming together on the same path. Whenever I come across a soulmate, it's interesting to me. It's not just what we have in common. It's the parallels that our lives have gone through that tells me, wow, this person has been on the same path as me. Maybe they had a hard time with their work at the same time I did. Maybe they got a divorce at the same time I did. Or maybe they got married at the same time I did, right? Like those kinds of parallels. It's not a parallel universe. They're just moving along the same path as you. So you can see why these general readings resonate with a lot of people, even though they may not be known to each other or even known to me. It's just they're living these parallel paths, these lessons. And right now, they're about to come together with a partner. Whoever this reading is for, about to come together with a partner. Okay? The sun energy is so beautiful there. All right, so let's see. Yeah, Five of Pentacles. Check it out. The Sun. So there's the Sun again. It's like someone coming in from the cold. Someone coming in from the cold. Yes. They may be making some apology. This is like the prodigal son. They have been resisting coming in from the cold. They've been staying in their uncomfortableness. Okay? Yes, we're going towards, so spoiler alert, Four of Wands. Going toward that. Going towards something that's warm and invite. It's like the difference between being, on purpose out in the wilderness with no code, with no shelter, with no protection or anything like that. This person put themselves in the wilderness. Or if you know who this person is, you might have been not in connection with them for some time or something like that. And all of a sudden now the bridges are coming together. The paths are coming together. All right. And I feel like you here, this is interesting. This could be a Pisces. This could be a Leo, water sign, fire sign, something like that. But Three of Cups, Knight of Swords, you guys could have been friends, or you might have friend zoned them at one point. Now there's sort of a little apology, maybe like a small offering of some. It's not like, oh, why do I have to apologize? Like, don't go down that road, okay? Because that's not what I feel like is happening here. It's sort of like it's a warm welcome back into your life. This person has been on a path parallel to yours, and now it's time to come back together. This person's intentionally put themselves out in the wilderness. The moon there, the moonscape, pretty lonely. Nothing there. Rocks, right? Same idea. This person has deep feelings. Maybe they were friend zoned by you and they had deep feelings, and when it didn't work or something like that, they have you ever heard the expression wear a hair shirt? They on purpose they go into uncomfortableness because they're punishing themselves, right? This is punishing themselves because this person can walk out of that jail that they're in, but they don't know how to get out of it because they're trying to think their way out of it instead of feel their way out of it. They need to feel their way out of it, because I'm feeling like you're fine with welcoming them back in. In fact, I feel like it would be a surprise. It's going to be a surprise to you that this person shows up. Knight of Swords and Four of Wands are both surprise cards. And doesn't this look a whole lot more inviting? See how there's the chuppah here, okay, in the Four of Wands and the Eight of Swords. If you ever want to learn tarot, I have a tarot class, so, just saying, but little tarot lesson. So Four of Wands is this beautiful home and everything. This is a person who's built a little shelter out in the woods to wear their hair shirt, to wear their uncomfortableness. They're no, I shall not come in for warm food and a nice bed, and I shall not do that. There's a real stubbornness here to this person. Sorry about that, a little interruption. So this is likely to be a surprise, but it's a well-considered surprise. I feel like you guys have been on this path to come together for quite a long time, okay? And the Two of Pentacles has just indicated to me that this is something you guys have both been considering, or you both have been waiting on. This other person definitely is resistant to coming out of their, self-imposed wilderness here. But I do think the universe is, even if they don't consciously know it, I think the universe has been bringing you back together for the purpose of relationship for quite some time. Okay? And this person may have been resisting it. Let's see here. I want to do a little bit. The Seven of Wands and this Eight of Swords. Six of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Strength, and Nine of Swords. This person is excited about being in a relationship, has put a lot of energy and effort into their, self-imposed, like out in the wilderness time, but they have learned a lot. They still have some anxiety as it relates to being in relationship, mostly because of they're afraid. They have some fear around getting hurt. Okay? And it's really it's handicapping them from moving into something that's really good for them. I see this as really good for them. And, the good news here is that this is all stuff that's thoughts, okay? Thoughts create your reality. So if this person is like this about love or about being in a relationship, it's creating the reality that they are alone, or it's creating the reality that there's something in it for them. Okay, I know I've said this a couple of times before. People are like, nobody stays in something that they're unhappy with. No, you know what? There's a secondary reason they're getting something from it. They may never admit it, or it might be subconscious or something like that. But if someone stays in a negative position, because you actually have to take action to get out of it. And this person could be like a martyr, could be like, oh, I never find love. And okay, well, do you look for it? All right, well, no. Okay, well, you have to take action. This person is resisting taking action because there's something in it for them to stay. So all y'all who think people don't stay in uncomfortable positions have never met people who have crappy jobs. You have never met people who have, terrible family relationships. You have never met people, right? They could just leave. Okay? And you're like, oh no, they couldn't. They have to have money to live and this is their family. Guess what? They have more power than they think. Okay? And so this person has more power than they think. You are a soulmate on their path, and they have been paralleling you out of fear. Okay? They have been walking a similar path, but staying away from the warmth and kindness and generosity and being in a good space in order to walk on that rocky moon by themselves. And whatever they're getting out of it, right? Whatever they're getting out of staying parallel to you, it's giving them some type of satisfaction. Unhealthy? Yes. Not good in terms of coming together in relationship? Yes. All true. But this person gets some kind of moral satisfaction or some kind of it's like they look good to somebody else that they're sacrificing or something like that. I just want to put it out to you. People stay in unhealthy or negative situations all the time. You know why? Because that's what they're used to. They don't think they deserve better, right? And also, it looks good in some shape or fashion to another person, right? These are the reasons people stay in uncomfortable situations all the time. I stay in a crappy job because I think that's the only place that's going to give me money to support my family. That's not true. It's just not true. I'm here to tell you. I'm living proof that is not true. And it is about changing your beliefs. The beliefs underpinning this is what's keeping them there. They don't believe they deserve better. They don't believe that love is really for them. They don't believe, right? Their beliefs create this reality for them. So I'm going to continue on with this reading. This person does get something out of this. They will overcome this. All right. So I hope this helped you. I hope this reading was helpful to you. If you'd like to continue on with me, I'm going to continue this reading. The link is below for you, air sign. If not, have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.